Hey man, it's Phil X, and you're watching Guitar Tales with Dave Cohen. And Guitar Tales, Guitar Tales. Like, what else do you need, right? Guitar. We're geeks, nerds, gear, inspirations, positive vibes. Look out.
The Intermezzo Show. I love these shows. They're chill, they're relaxed. It's two friends who've known each other for 40-ish years. I don't know, 40 years. Talking about stuff that we love to talk about. Doesn't mean we don't want to pay an homage to the folks who help keep us broadcasting. There we go. Confections of a Rock Star. I say it every time we tape a show. If you're in Asbury, right now it's gorgeous weather. Do it in the winter too. Do it in the summer. Do it in the fall. Get your delicious food and bring home some for the puppy. And then while you're there, Andy's Burgers afterwards, we are going to have a delicious double cheeseburger. We're going to get some smothered fries. Look at that. Look at how good that is. He likes it. He's sort of serious in that picture, but I know Andy likes it. Little Andy's Burgers, Cookman Avenue, same exact building as Confections of a Rockstar. Check it out. And now, with no further ado, right here, one of my favorite bands ever, maybe my new favorite band. Maybe they're above The Who in my book. We're going to do a whole episode on Rush. I got to see them at Madison Square Garden 2 nights ago. Scott has a lot of opinions of and performance with Rush songs, not with the band. But Scott, why don't you hop in and we'll start talking about one of the greatest bands to ever live.
Hello. Little different background tonight. I'm coming hot off of my new podcast. I'm started with my wife called The Swap. No, sorry. I don't even know the name of my own fucking show.
It is the swap. Watch Swap.
Watch Swap. I do.
Watch. See, I know it. You don't know it.
I'm glad I fucked it up on this show instead of my own show.
So your anniversary. No, I'm kidding. I don't know your anniversary. No, that's a great concept.
We had a lot of fun shooting our show last night. But I figured, what the hell? It's all already set up. So here I am. Yeah. So it's not my normal view, but I do have a Guitar Assist light up. That's a picture Tom Janneron gave me.
Very nice. Very nice.
Says Guitar Assist.
I love it. Well, you and I are huge Rush fans.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to say, this particular concert, I saw The Who. I flew out to LA to see The Who. And I don't know, 6-7 months ago for what might be the last ever tour in their career. And I'm a lifelong Who fanatic. I have to say I was more excited about Rush.
Really?
Yes. And I think it's the backstory. It's how sad and tragic Neil's passing was. And the fact that they hung up their instruments, sort of, kind of. And they went a solid decade with no performance. And then out of nowhere, as rumor goes, I heard 2 different things. I either heard Geddy saw Anika play or he heard about her playing and then checked her out. But either way, she was touring with Jeff Beck, the late, great Jeff Beck. And they decided to test drive a half generation or full generation younger drummer. And I got to tell you, it's consistent with social media. Without taking anything away, obviously, from Neil or Geddy or Alex, she is the star of the show. And it really breathed a lot of new life into a band that didn't need that to happen. But true energy in the room, phenomenal energy in the room.
Let me just say, look at this poster for a second. And I just noticed this today, and tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay, let me hear.
This is their poster for their 50-something tour. You see 2 birds on the wire, and 1 bird is flown away. Now, what do you think that means?
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
I did not. Look at that.
But yet they have the green light to go ahead and play music. That's what I'm getting out of this. Isn't
All
that
right,
something?
so all right, you just gave me goosebumps, and I'll tell you this. My girlfriend Danielle and I, we went to the city to see them, and we're having a drink at our hotel. Before we go in, there's a nice bartender who made us absolutely phenomenal dirty martinis at the Arlo Midtown.
Oh, I love dirty martinis.
So delicious. And we're chatting it up. He's a musician, is in like classically trained wind instrument. I forget which one, but he's a Rush fan. And he's like, oh, my favorite song is not Limelight, is Free Will. As he
Okay.
said the name of the song Free Will, he says, oh my God, I just got goosebumps. I
Yeah.
said, you just
Why is
gave me
that?
goosebumps. When I saw that poster that you just showed me, I got goosebumps.
Hmm.
And it's one of, I don't know what exactly it is, but I've talked to so many Rush fans, and people have a real emotional reaction to the band, even though their songs don't really smack of anything romantic.
Right.
There's not really a lot about love and love lost, and there's not there. I don't think their songs have like the intimacy of like a really beautiful Allman Brothers song, let's
Right.
say, or something like that. They're different. They're like science fiction-y, they're prog rock. They almost are heavy metal for some of their songs. And yet, everyone we talk to, who's a Rush fan, feels a kind of emotional kinship, which is almost inconsistent with the genre of music that they are in a lane of their own on.
It is kind of a
But it's
family,
special.
and that's why we were protective of
Yeah.
our family when they said they're going to have this drummer. We didn't really know who she was, and that's why there was so much controversy, because we're so passionate about those three guys, and one of them is
Yeah.
gone, and now there was a lot of how you going to fill those shoes kind of talk and all that kind of thing. And I can see
And
from the clips you sent
uh,
me, she's definitely filling in her own space and doing her own thing. It's got her own sound. The drums don't sound anything like Neil's, for better or worse.
no, they're a heavier sound.
They are
And I gotta
tuned
say,
much lower, as we had said in the previous episode.
yeah. And she is like the way Getty, not Alex, but Getty plays very aggressively. Like I was paying a lot of attention in that weird overhand style that we see from him. He is attacking the bass. And she's like that on the drum. And I don't know if it's just that they're mic'd that well, or she's playing them aggressively and powerfully. But the overall sound, the Garden really delivered phenomenal sound, like really
Even just from
phenomenal.
the videos that we're going to watch tonight that you shot with your phone sound fantastic.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of controversy that I will share with you. So in real time, among other songs, to some of my college friends who are musicians, I sent a piece of Limelight. I'm in there just completely enveloped by the moment. I'm just in heaven, and I think it sounds phenomenal. They heard my video and they said they love Brush, they love Getty. They said his voice was so bad it was cringeworthy. And I thought, wow. And I had a long discussion with Todd, who's a friend of the show, the other day, and he still loves Rush, and he's so happy I went and all that. But he said I should go back. We'll do it in real time here at some point tonight, and listen to the tape, so to speak. But he said way off key. Still loves Getty, but way off key. Those were really off. So I hopped on a Facebook post that someone I don't know put up there of Limelight, and sure enough, the comments were mixed. And when I'm in the moment, I'm thinking, oh my God, his voice is so strong, but maybe my emotion, is taken over a little bit. Maybe I'm not objective.
These guys are aging, and the voice is a physical thing, and it ages like the body, and it's not as resilient. If you're lucky,
no,
you sing like Sammy Hagar. If you're not so lucky, you're walking around the stage talking like David Lee Roth was doing. He lost a lot of ticket sales, and he's going to take a break. He's 71. And so I went to look up like a bunch of other singers that are also struggling. Let's see, Getty's 73. All right. So Glenn Hughes announced that he's retiring at 74 at the end of the season. Lou Graham, who's
Right.
76, is from Foreigner, is retiring at the end of the season.
What a set of pipes on him. What a set of
Todd
pipes.
Rundgren is canceling his tour. He's 78. He's done with this. Tom Kiefer,
Well,
65, blew out his throat singing, and he's done for the year.
Well, when my last trip to my buddy's cabin in Williamsport, PA, about 3 weeks ago, and I saw, and my friends loved it. I didn't go, but yes, sort of what we're talking about,
And
he
Bon
did his
Jovi's
best,
struggling with his throat and throat problems and stuff. And
there
was lots of video of Sam Bohr this week trying to sing. He was a little out of key, and guitar playing wasn't that great. And people are shitting on him.
But with the Rush concert, here's what I'll say. Vocals aside, which are obviously important, from a musical point of view, top of their game. Not even just getting by, top of their game. I mean, I'm watching. I was disappointed and I laughed. Alex screwed up the ending of Spirit of Radio, which is my favorite Rush tune.
Oh, really?
He did. He literally missed a few notes and the whole.
But could you imagine? I mean, if I don't care that he wrote the stuff and he played it back. It's the dexterity needed to pull those songs off has got to be.
Oh my God!
Like I said, he's no spring chicken. He might have arthritic fingers. Who the hell knows what's going on?
Yeah. And I was looking to see if he was laughing. He had to be, because it's like whatever, But overall, let me tell you something. There were a lot of good camera close-ups on Alex.
Yeah.
His hands, he has these thick, stubby fingers, and he has the forearms of a plumber or an electrician. You know what I mean? Like you could see the sinewy little muscles going in there, and he's so accurate with his leads. And I mean, his work is so precise, and he's not freeballing it. He is precise and faithful to the record. So that's why there was no one in the room was disappointed that, a couple of notes. I just thought it was funny, but overall he's as good as ever. And Geddy, I mean, musically, to my surprise, because it was never my very favorite, Free Will is just a driving bass line while Alex takes the lead. Right. He and Anika got in a groove that you could tell they were both feeling it. The room was feeling it. And you look at Geddy's face, he just very much into it. He and Anika really got into it.
You could see there's a tremendous amount of interaction between the two guys and her, going back to the drum, the drum riser, and keep looking back at her, almost carrying her along and probably giving her encouragement or whatever that they didn't do with the professor, that he was just back there doing his thing.
Right, exactly.
They were just up front and they didn't even turn around hardly.
Right, because he was probably the best of the three musicians, and they're all great. And you sent me a great text. He was. And you sent me a great text in real time when I sent you, I forgot which song, maybe Limelight. You said they looked like two proud fathers when they were looking back at her. And I think you're right. Exactly and there was such real positive energy from the stage outward, from the audience back to the stage, and then back and forth. It was really nice. And I got to say, I haven't been to MSG in probably 20 years. They figured out sound there, because when I was young, way back in the day, you couldn't even hear what song it was. Right. It was so bad.
Right. I think the last time I was there was the Foo Fighters.
Okay, so you were more. I saw Billy Joel 25 years ago,
and Billy Joel I saw fairly recently there too, but the sound was incredible. Yeah, and the lighting and everything was really great.
It was so special. Yeah, it was really amazing. And I guess one of the funny things about it, and I know it's been kicking around social media. I was trying to figure out. I'm going to say between 4 and 7% female.
You sent me a very funny clip we could watch now. We could talk over this too, but here's your girlfriend. She came up with the same conclusion, I think.
Yeah, there we go.
There's no line in the women's bathroom in this concert.
It is crazy. So we didn't go during a song. We went on the intermission, and it was so bad. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I tried.
Oh, really?
And yeah, the line was so long, I couldn't do it.
That's wild. And meanwhile, there were nobody was at the girls' bathroom lining up. That's hysterical.
No, there was nothing. And she said literally she's never had that at any kind of event anywhere ever. Like, whether it's a concert. She used to be a DJ and she's seen concerts at all sorts of clubs and venues. And then Broadway, restaurants, like she's never seen as empty a woman's room as she did at a Rush concert.
That's incredible. Did Annika play a drum solo, and did she pay homage to Neil at all? No drum solo.
They did a couple of homages, but not like that. There were no like let's just run with it solos, not a one, and really no one did. This is the one thing about Rush is much like Steely Dan, a weird comparison, but I saw Squeeze a million years ago. The Cars, as I understand it, they just play their songs note for note. There is really just about no improv going. If there's improv, it's subtle. But there's no like, let's just give you like a 90-second drum solo or a 30, nothing like that. I think she finds her personality within the pre-written drums fills for the songs, but no, there were no particular solos. And I don't think it's the style of this band. They're not self-aggrandizing, which one could argue a solo on any instrument is. So no, not a single solo. But in terms of Neil, there was a lot of discussion of Neil. There was actually even discussion of the very first drummer, John. I forgot his last name. At the very, they honored him from one of their earliest albums. But then they played a song for Neil, which was beautiful, and there were a lot of non-dry eyes in the house when they did that. There were nonstop.
They got the huge screen, and they were just playing little pictures of them. So
but there was a song specifically played as an homage to him. Not, in other words, not a typical well-played Rush song, but I think it was a song almost no one in the theater was familiar with. But Geddy said that this song, it was written, and he just thought it was very prescient for the moment, and and you could say he got choked up when he talked about it. So there was a lot of that. The whole night was celebrating him. When he would speak in between songs, he was always referencing Neil and talking about him, but also, talking about Annika. And even the keyboard player, who was really supplemental to Geddy, they gave him a little. He actually got a bit of a prelude-ish solo. So they gave him a little airtime, so to speak, which I thought was generous. And he's up with them when, I guess the four of them are doing their bows at the end of the show. So I think there was a lot of generosity of spirit to the new folks, within the group.
Now you said you sent me this video where they came out with the double necks. That was the first song.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
So what happened? Do you think that they're over the hill and they couldn't wear those double necks for very long, except for one song?
Well, yeah. So what happened was they came out with them, and I'm again commenting out loud. That's pretty ambitious for two old dudes.
Yeah.
But it was smart. They did it we both talked about it. They did it in the very beginning, and I thought, all right, I don't know if they're even going to make two songs, and they just, it was planned. It was one song and done. But it was they were gorgeous guitars. I think Geddy had a Rick. We'll see if you have the clip. Let's see what he had. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it as it's playing.
Oh, you can't see it? Yeah, I can see it.
No, I didn't. Oh, okay.
It's definitely a Rickenbacker double neck.
Yeah, and I forgot I think Alex had an SG double, if I remember right.
Yep, that's what he's playing. SG, 12 string, and regular. And she's playing like little gongs out there. She's playing some traps back there. So that was good.
Yeah. It was truly great. And they ditched those, because one of the things is that, you and I were talking about, immediately I thought, oh, I don't know if I could do that at 62. I definitely couldn't do it at 73. You know.
My gig got canceled that I was supposed to play the double neck for. And I had that one video of me that one night just trying to get the tone right and the sound right and everything, get it tuned right. And I'll tell you, man, it's brutal.
It's a lot. Yeah. And I
It's
thought it was
brutal.
a smart move that they did because it really made for a very nice introduction. I got to tell you, when they took the stage, the place really erupted. It was
Yeah.
special. It was very special because it's like they're a band that wasn't supposed to ever play together again.
Yeah.
And they figured out the right way to do it. They really did.
How many nights were they at MSG? 5 nights, 4 nights, something like
Four.
that?
They sold out 4 straight nights.
Wow.
And holy crap, I saw an article about the numbers. It's 8 figures, like for one 4-night.
Wow.
Because the tickets were crazy expensive.
Right.
From worst to best, they're all crazy expensive. So I think it was something, I want to say like $19 million for
Holy
just
crap.
what they did at MSG.
Wow.
Some crazy number like that. And the other interesting thing, which I'm seeing more of these days, they'll tell you exactly when they're coming on. Like they came on, it was supposed to start at 7:30. They either hit the stage at 7:31 or a handful of seconds past 7:30.
Right.
And then the intermission, they actually have a clock, and it tells you how much time you have left.
They had an intermission?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? They just stopped the show and had a clock, and that was it?
Well, they said we'll be back. We're taking a break or whatever they said. But almost like a Broadway show, there was a huge jumbotron clock. It was like 19 or 20 minutes or something.
Huh.
And you could actually, it was very civilized, and that's when she went to the bathroom in about a minute. And I found a bathroom where there was probably about 150 guys online. And I just said,
a concert with an intermission. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to a concert with I mean, intermission in the sense they were maybe changing bands or something, or
but
you didn't care about the drum solo and you took a break and went out front and get something to drink.
But no, not like that. You're right. Yeah.
Actually stop the show, put up a clock, take a break.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And the other thing is that the set list was actually available online. So to the extent you wanted to pay attention, you knew what songs you were going to hear.
Oh, wow. So
yeah.
You get your phone ready.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I got surprised about in a good way, just not because I couldn't have figured it out, but I didn't know, I didn't look it up. My big song for them is Spirit of Radio, in part because let me get the right hand. Nope. This one, this band with, we did that song and it was the hardest thing we did. And we weren't good, but we were good enough. Anyway, so I have a place in my heart for that. And I'm making a little tape for my kids when the stage is dark. I'm just thinking whatever song comes next, I'm going to send to them. And then you hear the introduction, the little, and you hear 62-year-old Dave shriek like I'm a little kid because I got so excited. And,
meanwhile, you were talking about MSG that, they start on time. They're very serious there. The crew there, they evidently, the Billy Joel show I saw, he went over.
Okay.
For one reason or another. And he goes, I hope you realize that me going over is going to cost me a shit ton of money.
Oh,
like
that's
it's
it.
really, really expensive to play later than you're supposed to.
That makes sense. I mean, there's so many people involved. You remember, you and I, we had Martin Yee on the show in season 1, and he's a tech.
Right.
So we had a whole show on what they have to do. So I was very much sent. That was during
COVID.
They're
all those roadies and everything are in unions, and electricians and lighting guys and sound guys are all on the clock. So, when it's time to end, they want it. They want it. That's it. And if you go over, you better get out your checkbook.
I know. Well, these guys, I saw I saw in an interview. I think was it Getty or Alex? I think it was Getty. On one of their tours, not this one. I think he was touring with like 30 guitars or some crazy number. But I saw a lot of changes for both of them. You know, Alex had a few different acoustics. He had many different. He did it. He actually did Fender for a couple, or Fender like. You know, that's a whole nother thing whether Fender made it or someone else. But a Fender styled guitar. He had a Tele at one point, but he's like probably 90% Gibson type body style. But he did a few really cool acoustics. But lots of they were not like 2 or 3 guitars each. There were many changes for each of them. I mean, Getty was mainly Rick basses. He did do keyboards, but he had help behind him. Right. But he had the stand-up keyboard. You know, I don't think he had a pedal board underneath like he used to. But I might have missed that. I couldn't see. But absolutely fantastic concert. Phenomenal show.
And what stage-wise, I mean, they're pretty famous for their crazy stage setups with laundry going and all this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, they had all sorts of silliness. Yes.
Yeah, so they had a lot of that kind of stuff going on.
Oh yeah, they had South Park. They had a whole introductory video. Oh my god, it was like let's do the time walk again. Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it was almost like that, and then somehow they had Alex as a pudgy kid. They made him really short. They had the keyboard player who was very tall. Anika was in it. Getty played all sorts of creepy characters. And it was like a 5-minute video. Like before they even took the stage, we're just watching a video, and it was just complete campy, silly, having fun. And it showed their personality. There were times when there might be a stage camera on Alex when he was just being goofy to the camera. Like, they're never in this sort of self-aggrandizing rock star moment. They're never taking themselves too seriously. They're having fun. They will certainly allow themselves to be caught up in the really driving music, but they're never like, look at me, or they're never doing like a badass rock face, like in place of being physically strong. None of this kind of shit.
Alex just sort of wanders around and plays and plays and plays.
Yeah.
I remember that when I saw them, they always started the concert with the Three Blind Mice song from the Three Stooges.
I love that. And I love
the whole place went dark, and they would just play the Three Stooges song, and then boom, come on with it was an explosive first song.
That's what it was. There you go. But absolutely fantastic concert. And I think, who knows what the future will hold, but I know they're off to Toronto right now.
Oh, that's going to be like a homecoming.
Oh my God, that'll be crazy. And so seeing them in MSG.
So we have a little video of YYZ I wanted to play for everybody.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty like the place must have went ape shit when they heard that ding 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 ding.
They did. Yep. Let's put it on.
And there they are walking up to their granddaughter.
That's right. You could hear, there's the drumming. I liked the way it was mic'd. It was definitely not like jazz kind of. It was driving rock. It filled the stadium, and that song was absolutely the musicianship was outstanding. But they were just on. They're just nonstop on the entire show. And I think, just the rhythm section between Getty and Anika was just on the entire time. You felt that they were just very much in sync the entire show. And I think for a power trio, I know they're getting a little help with some keyboards, but that sound was unbelievably full.
Wow. I just remember the professor throwing that stick way, way up in the air and catching it.
Yeah.
Throwing that, and she's just holding on both.
She's holding on for dear life.
Not going to try to copy any of his shit. She's there to hold down the fort.
And I noticed a few times she'd break out a smile when she would complete something challenging, and it's almost like a breather before the next challenging thing. But she was like joyously all business. Like, she wants to do right. She wants to get it right. And it's an interesting gig, because it's not a gig for her to show off what she could do creatively. She's there to do the best she can to fill some ginormous shoes. And I think 100% of the people were I chatted with people while we were there. Everyone was welcoming and very happy with the performance of all of them, but notably her. But she is definitely the sort of the breakout star of this tour, I think.
Well, congratulations, you saw rock royalty.
I did, and I have one
historic. It is historic. Tour.
And I have one funny comment as we presumably wrap up right now. So, I'm very emotional in general, but about Rush also. I have my little connection. That's how our band formed, and the whole no Neil Peart's need apply. We didn't say Peart, we said Peart because we didn't know any better. So you have picture this darkened stadium, right? I guess 18 or 20,000 people, a lot of them holding up phones and lighters. And there's this sort of emotional feeling of this collective joy, right? And it was really moving.
Right.
Then the show ends, the lights come on.
Yeah.
Every single person there is a bald, fat man
with wet eyes.
Yeah. Well, but what's funny is it kind of it takes away from it a little bit, because there's no, like, in this deep well of there's no female component there, and there's no it's like every single person was a pot-bellied old man. And look, I'm not exactly looking young myself, and it was hysterical to me, because it in a funny way, it took that away from me, as I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, that was so moving. And then the lights come on, and I'm walking out, and all the guys are wearing their T-shirts, can't even support their stomach, and their shirts hanging out.
And
they all look like me, with either no hair or gray hair. All the people being so emotional were just fat old men like me.
Oh boy!
But we have feelings too. But yeah, it's crazy. Like the percentages, I would love to stat, but I'm gonna get it. It has easily over 90%, but I'm gonna say maybe even over 95% men. So it was.
I think if I was going to go, my wife would be like, just go. I don't really want to go.
Well, Danielle had a wonderful time, and she exited a Rush fan. I mean, she really enjoyed the music, loved the tunes. We did she listened to a lot before we went, and I don't think she was placating me. I think she genuinely really, really, really enjoyed it. But oh my God, is it funny? Like, I don't think I've ever been to a show that's that, it's not much of a sausage party. And an old man sausage party. It was pretty funny.
You want to see this old man wonderful. Play YYZ? Let me see if I have that video here. Do I have it?
Sure, let's go watch.
Here we go. I have my own little take on the double tapping thing, because I can't do what Alex does.
Nobody can do what Alex does.
I can't imagine walking around and trying to play this.
No, and he does it.
You're damn impossible.
Yeah, he does it
flawlessly. I'm just sitting there with a hoodie on.
Yeah.
It's very big chicken.
It is. You have to pay me copies.
And the solo is very interesting. Like it's sort of Middle Eastern sounding solo.
Yep. It's very cool. Very good stuff.
I'm playing an LP.
LP is good. That's what Alex is. He's very Gibson loyal. I think that's his thing. It's super
Not
good
bad.
stuff. Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all.
I forgot what amp I was playing through.
Very good stuff.
And then the big ending. That end riff is genius. Just so great. So anyway, I'm glad you had fun. I'm sorry I couldn't join you.
It would have been nice to have you and Aaron there. Or
Getting
you
back
alone
to
if
my
Aaron
regular
said, "I'm
schedule.
gonna skip
Maybe that's the big news. I'm finally got back into a store as a manager, and I will have a normal schedule.
That will be great.
Don't
And
worry.
you know what? For Guitar Tales,
It's good for the show.
That's going
We
to
can
free us
plan
up to line up.
Could plan
Yeah.
ahead. We've been treading water with
Yes.
doing last minute interviews with people, and I thank all our guests for showing up last minute, like Bully Ray and Joe Barricato for last week was like a last minute thing. So we're going to be able to plan ahead. I'm just looking forward to that, and it's good for the band too. They're really happy.
Yeah, this will be very good
I
for
will have
everyone involved, and your wonderful wife.
I will have a 4-day weekend every other week.
There you go. That's good stuff.
It's going to be
friend.
pretty great. Pretty great. And I hope I didn't make you cry with
stuff
with the poster. With Neil Peart flying away.
No, but I'll tell you what, I had trouble during. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm glad you put it out to me. But yeah, during the concert, it's emotional for lots of people there. Like we were talking.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful stuff. Onward and offward. Onward.
Onward and upward.
Yeah. Onward and upward. Thank you. I'm tired. I need more Modelo. All right. So we will see you folks at our regular time.
After we break for the show, I have to ask you about the bully story that I had on my other podcast this week.
All right. Oh yeah, let's do that.
About the arms.
Oh yeah, I want to hear that
because we really want to know the backstory. Maybe we'll tape it and put it on the show. Let's see. I have, what ending do we have here? If we do Mariah for Mika, we're gonna get nailed with a copyright thing. I don't know why she's doing that to us. No, it's not her. It's YouTube.
I don't think she's doing it on purpose.
However that works. I said we have permission from the person that wrote the song. Nope. Cut it out.
That's right.
we'll go to the UK.
That's right.
We'll end the show with the UK. Have a good night, everybody. Rush fans unite.
Take care, everyone.
Hello there, guys. It's Keith Sander here from Xander and the Peace Pirates. You're watching Guitar Tales. Enjoy. Peace and love. Arr.